Welcome back, and thank you for making the time to be with us. Now, let's start off with news from the education sector. Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha now wants corporal punishment brought back in schools to rein in rising cases of indiscipline among learners. The CS further wants all learners to be expelled from one school for lack of discipline, barred from readmission to other schools. But as Shadrach Miti reports, while these orders and actions may mean well, there may be legal challenges to their implementation. Take a look.
A trail of destruction in various schools across the country. Fires and sometimes reports of learners attacking their teachers. All these the latest hallmark of lawlessness and unruliness in schools. It is a worrying trend that has now captured the attention of the government and other stakeholders. And now, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha reckons the only way to end the madness is to bring back caning in our schools.
For the female child, you shall use the hand, extended hand. For the boy child, the very well formed back side. And the stick to be used should be standardized.
In 2001, corporal punishment was outlawed through the enactment of the Children's Act. The Act, through Section 192, outlaws caning by directing that no child offender shall be subjected to corporal punishment.
We need to remind the boys and girls that have started burning and maliciously destroying school properties that all persons aged 8 years and above are criminally liable for any criminal acts or omissions that they commit. They have a criminal responsibility as long as you are 8 years and above.
Then there is the directive for school principals and managers not to admit learners expelled from other schools for gross misconduct and other acts of indiscipline in their schools.
No child from schools which have been closed due to burning should be readmitted in any other school.
Mtoto ana haki ya kusoma haswa masomo ya elimu ya msingi. Kwa hivyo hatuwezi tukasema ule mwanafunzi ambaye amefukuzwa afukuzwe kabisa.
The latest incidents of school fires and student riots have once again put the government on the spot over its failure to find a lasting solution, even after various task forces appointed by previous regimes came up with specific recommendations giving the way forward. Between 1994 to 2016, the government appointed 3 task forces with a view to investigate and recommend ways of dealing with student fires and strikes in schools. The reports called for the formation of functioning guidance and counseling departments in schools, involvement of student leaders in decision-making, doing away with mock exams and tests ahead of national examinations, and training school boards on education management.
The government needs to move with speed and ensure that they employ guidance and counseling teachers who are substantive, and they do nothing else except to follow up the learners who have issues in the schools, to inform the governance systems in the schools.
Guiding and counseling itakuwa ni sehemu ambao lazima ipewe kipaumbele zaidi kuweza kurejesha hawa wanafunzi katika hali yao ya kawaida.
The reports further called for the streamlining of boarding schools, reviewing of the curriculum to consider, introducing lower secondary education, and reducing the number of boarding schools. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
And now to matters of gender equality.